Kevin Jackson. Welcome back to the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City.
Ooh,
on Vegas, onnetradio.com. I know, right? Every Wednesday, I'm down in my office, but I make sure I walk by and see him in the studio.
Yeah, I'd be like, I volunteered to be the board operator for Kevin Jackson. No, he's not giving up his Ryan.
So you've been making some music. You've got some great music that's out there already. American Dream, which I love, but my favorite is what's the one that you play at the top of the second half?
All for Nothing?
All for Nothing. All for Nothing. I love that song. That's my favorite. But you're working on another song right now.
Yeah.
A party club song.
Yeah.
Yeah? And tell me
what... really, I don't know. I don't really do party club songs, but it's got a party club beat.
Okay. All right. Tell everybody what it is.
Promiscuous.
That sounds like my theme song.
It is, you whore.
Most of the songs about relationships going bad.
Yes, it is.
Is that because you were promiscuous or she was?
In this song, yeah, she was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
It's usually used like around. Usually it's like a promiscuous woman or a promiscuous whatever, but it's just a relationship that's going bad.
Now I know that you talk about the songwriting business and the music business on your show a little bit. Do you give advice to young people who are coming about how to do a song right and make sure you get to the right studios? Because you've had your fair share of problems with studios and musicians and all kinds of crazy things trying to get these songs together.
Yeah, I've had plenty of problems, but no, I don't give any advice. I just sit in my place and write music. That's it.
Now, if somebody were to come to you and say, "Kevin, I want to get the song off the ground," any help that you can give?
Well, I've given some. Listen, it's a train wreck to deal with me, which is good and bad. I mean, what I mean, yeah, I do give some advice. I did a performance. I'm not going to say with who, but I did a performance with a guy. And his music was terrible, and I told him, "Your music is terrible, but you do have a lot of enthusiasm, and you do have a good stage show. You need to do this kind of music because it's more honest. You try to do something that's not you." So,
did he listen to you?
Your music is terrible.
That's good.
But no, because it would. I do the kind of music I do.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, like I said, I do some political music, mostly bad relationship music about things that have gone wrong.
You a country singer? What the hell's wrong with you?
I actually love country, but I do a little bit of it's a little bit club, a little bit. I don't go out to try to make like a club song or a rock song. It's just whatever the lyrics or whatever the melody.
But yeah, your music does run that because American Dream is very rock and roll, while All for Nothing is very ballad, power ballady,
so it's just
R&B
it depends on the song. But I think people that are out trying to do, like you say, well, hip hop is hot on the radio, so I'm going to try to do a hip hop song. I think it's silly. I think either you have a voice or you don't. Mm-hmm. This person, by the way, doesn't write their own music, so maybe that's the problem. They're accepting songs from other people, but they're not giving them the right songs. Rihanna doesn't write, but she has great writers.
Right.
They give her music that fit her to 100. You can tell even the way she sings it that she can relate to the music. If you're singing something you can't relate to, is pointless.
If I relate too much to a song, I start crying. I can't sing anymore. So,
by the way, that song "All for Nothing." The second time I performed that song live, I had a lady walk up to me. That song reminds me of every fucked up relationship I was in.
That's funny. I have to listen to that song.
That's funny. And then in the Whiskey A Go-Go, I did American Dream. And I got to be honest with you. Listen, I'm performing. Some people there know who I am. Some people have no idea who the hell I am, which actually I like to perform in places that nobody knows who I am. Right. I like it better. Because first of all, there's no pressure. They don't know who the hell you are anyway.
You fuck up a lyric, they're not going to know.
Number two.
There's no expectation.
I like, what's up that? Number two, I'm kind of insane that I actually like to perform and then have people look at me, who the hell is this guy? What the hell is he? So anyway, after I did the song American Dream, a black guy walked up to me in LA and he said, did you write that song? I said, yeah. Well, you really trying to get your 40 acres and a mule, ain't you?
Yes, Jesse Jackson, I am.
Well, I listened to the lyrics, I guess.
So I know that you've been working on Promiscuous for a little while. Do you have any like date announcement date, or how close are you?
The song is 90% done, but I've not released it because it's missing something, and it took me 2 months to decide what it was missing, and now I got that part.
What's it missing?
It's missing a guitar part.
Ah.
So I would say probably January. I'll be done with
very cool. Will you come on the show and premiere it, or
of course,
or at least come let all of our audience know who love you that the song is out and ready for download? Because people can go get your music right now. They can go to Amazon.com. They can go to CD Baby and get your music right
and
now.
iTunes, yeah.
And iTunes, right?
The problem is, but I'm Promiscuous. I've gone through 3 name changes. First, I went with Amitai, which is a Hebrew name. Then I just decided to use my own name, Kevin Jackson. And now I'm switching everything to Kevin Jackson.
Because we did a Google search for Kevin Jackson.
There's too many Kevin Jacksons. First of all, it's some Tea Party guy that people keep mistaking me for.
Because he's also black.
Fox News, right? Like, what are you talking about? And then there's some coach from some school.
I do remember that Kevin Jackson from Fox News.
Yeah,
okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I do.
I got all these Facebook. Oh, you are wonderful for like, these right-wing people. You're wonderful on Fox News. I'm like, I was not on Fox News. And I probably disagree with whatever you're talking about.
I was on Fox News. It's not pleasant. I don't want to be mistaken for that.
We need to have Kevin on more often because
he
gets all riled up. I like it.
We'll wait for big political stories. But you usually work on Sunday. You took off to come here tonight.
Yeah.
No.
So
thank
that's
you.
wonderful. And he said that he would take off for a 200th show.
Yes,
so
that's
going to be
our
awesome.
live show.
But he's going to stay till the end because we don't have much. We only have like a half hour left. So I want to hear about. I've been hearing about sexcapades all night. Well, this is all for nothing in the background, by the way.
Okay.
I've been hearing about sexcapades all night.
Well, I don't know how much sexcapades, okay? But I pulled a muscle in my ass. Now, y'all know I did the Walk of Shame Sunday morning at 6:30 out of the Mandalay Bay in my Halloween costume, okay?
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
So, yeah, this is last week's show. So I guess that's when the sexcapade started. And remember, I had got on Craigslist to look for Juanita's post for the club, and I actually sent some messages.
Because this whore can't go anywhere where there's men without dropping some panties.
No, that's not true.
She doesn't even wear the panties. Fuck it.
No, that may be right. But I don't squack attack, okay? Anyway, I had showed you girls the picture of that gentleman that...
With the nipple rings.
Yes, okay? Now, I have a name for this one.
Oh?
Superman. Because he has a Superman tattoo. So now you know.
You've got a whole arsenal. When are the Avengers coming?
She's got the Justice League going on.
And I have Superman. So wait a second. This gets... Oh, yeah, Batman, because where does he get those wonderful toys? Okay, so that's why he's Batman.
So now we just got to work on the Avengers, right? Thor, Iron Man.
Thor's all your end.
Well, I don't know. I could find me a Thor real easy.
I know you could.
But anyway, okay, so let me tell you about this. So I met up with this other guy that I showed you girls the picture of last weekend on Monday. I so need a discount code. I don't know, but you know, they say when a woman gets older, she becomes dried out down there.
Yes.
I'm like fucking Niagara Falls. Okay, now I don't know what the hell's going on. So okay, so there was a time. First of all, you know, I got his bed kind of wet, and he's like, "Oh, you're a squirter," and I go, sometimes, you know. And so, men get so proud.
Was it a little bit embarrassing for you?
No, not embarrassing. But I made it play like I was like.
Oh, okay.
But anyway,
playing with the cat.
Men get really proud when you
sure
it's
do.
physical evidence of their prowess in bed.
it's like I like that. Like, wow.
It's more like a pat on the back for them. Like,
now wait a second. Here's the truth. He had a trophy. Okay, I left him with a trophy. So I'm on the side of the bed with my knee.
I watched Dexter today, so I'm thinking trophy, blood slide.
No.
Trophy, fingertip.
No. No. I'm so embarrassed talking about this in front of Kevin. It's like...
Look, you don't have to take his money. I have to take his money.
You just wrote a song called Promiscuous. Come on now.
Okay.
How anyway,
so later on in our little sexcapades, I'm on all fours, but I'm at the end of the bed. Okay, so you can picture this. Okay, you know, we're fucking and whatever. So then, you know, he starts playing with my pussy. And we get done, and he's like, "Yeah, my socks are all wet."
Soaked his socks. I've done that
His
before.
socks were on his feet, under me. He's like, yeah, my socks are soaked.
Wow.
Yeah. So of course he was really proud of himself then, you know.
He's gonna put those in a baggie and sniff them every now and then.
Oh God.
So wait a minute. Let me tell you. So you know, Batman is always like wanting to know who I have sex with and what we do and
Turn
why.
the phone on and leave it on the
leave the
bedroom door.
phone
Now do
on.
your Batman voice.
Send.
Do my Batman voice?
Do it in your Batman voice.
Turn your phone off and leave it on the nightstand.
Or he wants me to send pictures or invite him. So I'm like, I'm gonna work this out where I have Batman and Superman at the same time.
Ooh.
She's gonna be fucking Wonder Woman. That's what she's gonna
No wonder
be.
this segment is
Well,
called
I
Sex
had it
Affairs.
all. I had it all worked out for last night. Well, then what happened was Batman chickened out, and I knew he would. I kind of thought that
He's all
he's the
talk,
one
no
that
walk.
wanted this, but he's fucking afraid of it. Okay, so
A lot of people with fantasies are like that. Because
Yeah.
they're afraid that if they actually do the fantasy, that it's going to ruin the fantasy. They want to be able to...
Yes.
And still, like...
Exactly. he wants me to like
And it-
live stream me fucking
Right.
somebody, and
But
he's gonna go jack it off.
it's like women who want to be with other women, but then they're afraid, like, once they're with
like
other
they'll be a
women,
lesbian.
that they'll be a lesbophobe, like me.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, then all their fucking jack-off porn, whack-off porn,
Jill-off.
whatever, Jill-off is going to be ruined.
That reminds me of a friend of mine that told me, oh, she wants to be with a girl, wants to be with a girl. Finally, she found a girl she wants to be with in the shower. They took a shower. She said when she came on, the girl ran out the shower. he said this girl was flirting with her for like 3 months, and then finally when he came down, she just took off.
Yeah, no, it ruins. They have all these fantasies and they build them up and work them out in their head, and then once it happens, it's like ruined.
Well, and I was
It's not
kind of
a fantasy
getting
anymore.
jazzed up. I'm like, I'm gonna have these 2 men Saturday night. So Batman sent me a text. So then, okay, but it was all kind of fucked up because my daughter in my car. So Superman was gonna come pick me up, and then no, Batman initially was gonna come get me, and we were gonna go to Superman, and then. And then, so then,
But the bat call was broken, and
yeah. Well,
Where's
then
the geek lounge when we need them?
Superman's Batmobile broke down. Okay.
They'll be on next week.
Superman's Batman.
Yeah.
Is he confused? He have identity crisis.
So anyway, then all of a sudden, Batman's texting me like I said, I already called this off, and he got his guts back again. So I ended up going over to see Batman last night, later in the night. But I'm still gonna see if I can work that out.
All right.
Tomorrow I'm gonna see Superman again.
Okay, so how did you
Wow.
pull the muscle in your ass?
I don't know.
Being a whore, that's how she did it.
I think
Was it before or after sex with either Batman with the Justice League?
it was after sex with. Well, it was after sex with.
Need to get her a Green Lantern. now.
Superman. But it wasn't like the next day. It was the day after. Like I'm like.
Well, that's like
fuck.
whiplash. You generally don't know you have it until a day or two later.
All
This
I know-
ass lash? Is that what this is?
All I know is I have a full butt muscle.
Ruptured a disc, and it took 3 days for it to like.
Well,
finally...
it was so bad. Like that one morning, I went to get out of bed, and it like took my breath away. I'm like, it was like.
It might be your sciatic nerve too. It might not be a.
Yeah, it could be.
So
sciatic.
anyway, it's a new thing, but I still sexcapade, so it's all good.
She'll fuck through anything. Kind of like when I smashed my hand in the car.
And another part of going back to the whole fantasy thing, people think that when they actually get to fulfill their fantasy, that it's not going to come out exactly the way that they picture in their fantasy, which ruins it.
Well, it
Because
never does.
let me tell you, I've had people.
It never does.
Sex is not pretty.
I don't want
sexy.
to talk about this in front of my boyfriend, but I will for the sake of the show. But I have one guy, 3 years waited to meet me, right? And in his mind, it was all like, I don't know what it was, but he got near me and jizzed in his pants, and then he was devastated and ruined, and the whole thing was ruined. Like, he had waited 3 years to meet me, was so excited, planned it 6 months in advance, and then got close to me, didn't even touch me, got close to me, sat next to me, and jizzed in his pants, and was devastated and then left.
Did you get paid?
Yes, fucking course I got paid. for the whole day.
Cash in advance, motherfucker.
Yeah, he actually made 6 months. He made deposits.
Oh, that poor guy. Did you write him or call
Yeah,
him?
and he refuses to talk to me. He was so embarrassed and devastated that he did that.
Well, the fantasy never lives up to the reality.
Oh no!
Because I have a lot of guys that approach me online, and
that's why I set my bar all the way down there. And that way, whenever anything happens, it's either not disappointing because I didn't expect much anyways, or it's like super exciting because right fucking on, I didn't have high standards anyways.
Right.
Yes.
Well, and then the guy that I did the walk of shame with, he was last Saturday that I met from DC. He was into all that daddy stuff. Tell daddy what you want, and can daddy make his little girl feel good. So he was texting me this week like, daddy misses his little girl. So I just play along with it. I can be a little girl for daddy. He's in DC.
Does it bother you that men have that daddy thing that they want to be called daddy?
No, because it's not about being your actual daddy. It's about being your
sexual daddy.
Yeah, it's about being your sexual
daddy. Yeah, but can't they come up with another name? I would rather call him Master than Daddy.
Poppy?
Really?
What do you want to call him? Poppy?
No, I'm okay.
If he wants to be the dominant part of the relationship, I'm cool with that. And I'll call him something like that.
Daddies are not.
But I am not calling him daddy.
Daddies are not entirely about being the dominant one. They're also most of them are about being the dominant caregiver. Like they're gentle and
right,
loving,
and like this guy was very
stroking.
much all about me.
What can I do for you? But at the same time, you got to follow daddy's rules.
I'll come up with another name.
I don't know. I don't know if it's habit for me, but like when stuff gets real aggressive, then I'm like, daddy. And like I don't know, it just comes out of me. I'm like, oh yeah, daddy. Like I don't know, and I don't even like to say the word a lot. Like it's
I'm not thinking of my father.
No,
when I say daddy, okay? No,
I don't even know my dad, so I don't even think it counts. But
on my end, I couldn't. Papa, Big Papa, he had the same name as my dad. He wanted me to call him by his name during sex. I could not. I tried, and it was like, Chicha! Big Papa! Fuck that pussy! Because I'm not calling you by your name, because that's just too creepy for me.
Speaking of names and sex, Kevin?
Oh, you have to ask him the standard SinCityBounty question.
SinCityBounty question now.
Since the last time you were on, yes.
Do you have a name for your private part? Do you call it something?
We should name it.
No. Have you ever had a girl name it for you?
In order to name it, I have to see it.
Oh, there's a bathroom down the hall.
Have you ever had a girl name it for you, like a girlfriend or anything like that?
No, I don't get it.
No name.
Okay, so let's say if you had to give it a name, what would you call it?
The General.
That's what I call Cali guy's penis.
Oh, that's good.
Have you ever named a girlfriend's or a female's body parts?
No.
No?
We have names. We're going to give you 3 names, Kevin, and you guess which name belongs to which one of us show hosts.
Okay.
Aren't you glad you came, Kevin?
First, I'm going to give you all 3, and then you
And
decide.
this is for the lower body part.
Right. This is for our JJs, okay? One is mango, okay? One is pork chop, and the other is pad thai. So which one belongs to which of us?
No, but that's easy.
It is easy?
It is easy. That was easy.
He's listened to our show.
Oh.
No, that's easy. It's based on your guys' personality.
What?
It's easy based on your
Oh, maybe
personality.
I'm wrong.
Okay, so guess.
I think she's mango.
Okay, you're right.
Pad Thai, I don't know. It could be.
And that's kind of racist because she's Asian.
And I'm pork chop.
She's Asian.
And I'm
The
pork
Irish
chop.
woman named it.
Yeah, the Mick named her vagina. Well, I named it because
It's
it's full of spicy goodness.
And I love pad thai, so except for that.
Well, I don't know. We were on
so
we were on a food theme, I guess,
Oh, yeah.
and it had to be food.
Well, then
Well,
we thought about changing it to because I was the original with mango. We thought about
Right.
changing them to fruits. And
You
then
know
we
what's
have, like,
really
fruit salad.
devastating now, by the way, that I know that?
You think of my vagina every time you order
And I'm
something
a
with mango.
vagaphobe. And so every time I see mango, I think, oh, Sierra's vagina is called mango. And I just really don't want to think about that because...
Well, it's a good thing I didn't name mine bacon then.
Right. Fucking my life.
Although pork chop is close.
And that's also going to be the name of our mini pig when we get one.
Pork chop?
Yep.
Oh, see?
Yep. Just thanks.
Call them.
Just thanks.
Whenever you look at your little pot belly pig, you're like, oh, that's sweet cheeks.
A mini pot belly pig, yeah.
Oh, I always wanted one of those.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
kindred
cool.
spirits,
Pigs are
Kevin.
smart.
They
Yeah,
are
that's
smart.
intelligent
That's
animals.
because they're the cousins to the humans.
I'm
How
telling
many
you,
times I'm telling you, people
Pigs
this?
are so they just have such a bad rap. People just don't know how awesome pigs are.
I do.
And when are you gonna stop it? When are you gonna stop eating bacon?
Never.
You said they have a bad rap. Imagine the Middle East.
I know. Look, trust me. I was married when I was young. I was married to a guy from Lebanon, and he wasn't Muslim, but his mother was, and Lebanon is 60% Christian, so they still do a lot of the regular stuff. But he didn't eat pork, and they always talk shit about the pigs. Well, I grew up around pigs. Like, my grandma had pigs on her farm, and my aunt had a potbelly pig, a full-size one. That fucker was like 500 pounds, and his name was Clyde. And he was so fat that his belly drug on the ground, and his little legs couldn't reach, so he'd get, high-centered. But he was so fucking smart.
What a hijack for the
He
pig.
was so smart. And, you tell him, Clyde, go to bed. And he'd had a house for himself. He would go to he was so smart, way smarter than the dogs even. He was genius. And I think pigs are really clean. They only roll around in the mud to stay cool, and they don't roll around. They don't defecate where they stay, or they do it in a separate area, and they don't have sweat glands, which is why a lot of pork is so salty. So they have to roll around in the mud to stay cool. They're really actually genius
I
animals.
envision Desiree's next nonprofit would be about pigs.
This one,
Well,
is gonna
this one is
include-
all animals. So.
Yeah, it is all animals.
Do you think that the potbelly pig is going to get along with the Chihuahua?
Yes, I do. But the only thing that the potbelly pig won't get along with is Amazon Amanda. She doesn't want it. She's living with us now for when she actually is in town. She's lived
she's
2
not
months. 2 months now. She's been our roommate, and she was actually at our home for 7 days.
That's the best roommate.
She is
there
the best roommate. I get to talk to her on Facebook, but she doesn't like pigs. So
before we go any further, was she on tour for her
Sumo?
modeling thing, or was
Sumo.
she being sumo?
she was sumo.
She was sumo.
Yeah, she really.
love that
If you
about her.
follow her Facebook or anything, she went to have Russia to do her sumo stuff, and ended up getting hurt by the bleachers. She really got messed up and had to come home because she got hurt on the bleachers. I was like,
Wow.
yeah.
Well, we got to get Sierra's catch up
Yes.
quickly here.
Yes,
So, we are sexing again because
of course, because he's here in town.
he's here in town. He'll be leaving
Yay!
next week. So.
So he's leaving in a week. So you have a week to get in. How long is he
No,
going to be
no,
gone
he's
for?
leaving Monday or Tuesday.
Okay.
Tuesday or Wednesday. He'll be gone until he must be back no later than 8 a.m. on November 23rd,
Okay.
because that is National Buble Day.
Oh.
Yes,
Okay.
my mom bought me tickets to the Buble concert on the 23rd.
Oh, Buble, the person, not titty fucking.
Oh.
My bad.
Oh no, that's every day.
I was like, what?
Is titty-
A Buble. My bad. I don't get a lot of sleep these days.
You do realize now that he is going to call it a Buble, and that is all I will hear about from now on. It won't be I want to fuck your
I love
chick.
you, Cali guy.
It'll be I want to Buble.
You're welcome.
So that's fabulous, by the way. So we've been sexing. We had lots and lots of dirty, filthy, nasty sex, and it's been great. This morning, we got up, and actually I scared the bejesus out of him this morning. Apparently I snored so bad last night he had to go into the guest room. So I forgot my mouthpiece at the house, and I was at his house. So he ended up in the guest room, and I went in to go wake him up because it was getting kind of late, and I knew we had other things to do. So I went in to wake him up, and I bent over to pick something up off the floor, and just as my head was coming up, he woke up, and I scared the fuck out of him because he was like, I just woke up, and you were right there. And it was like the whole jump off the bed, scream, throw the blankets around kind of scare. It was scared the shit out of me because he's like, what? And I'm like, ah!
I would have laughed so hard. I probably would have
I
piddled.
did.
Yeah, I don't know why,
Afterwards,
but I get a really
I
big
was
kick out of
laughing
that.
so hard. But then he came out, and I had PBS queued up because they were doing this Nova thing on something really nerdy about Kelvin and going down to absolute zero, and I knew we would both love that. So we watched that, and then they started this thing on the Pacific engagement during World War II about Pearl Harbor and us bombing the bejesus out of Japan and all of that. And about 15, 20 minutes into it, he leans over onto the coffee table and he picks up this thing. He says, "Look, it's mounting instructions," and it was mounting instructions for some
Mounting.
I don't know, something you would put on the wall.
Oh, okay.
Mounting instructions. And he goes, "Look, mounting instructions.
See, I'm
Take
not
your
the only one
girlfriend
that's
into the
dirty."
bedroom, put her on her back, spread her thighs, mount." And he said, "I think we should follow the instructions." And that was how we ended up having sex this afternoon. We fucked all the way through the Pacific engagement. Came back just in time for the Steve Jobs documentary.
Nice.
And then we went to the movies with my mom and my son. That's how we spent the day. But he had so much fun at Halloween. I was like, "You want to do it again next year?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Cool." So
We
we're
have the
gonna do that.
best fun at Halloween.
I know we're gonna have to come
next
to
year.
your house because
It
our house
is
sucks.
way
I just
fun.
stuck the bucket outside and was like,
Oh no!
Do you do
we-
anything for Halloween, Kevin? Are you a Halloween
No, not really.
celebratory person?
Not really.
No, me either.
Did you give candy to the trick or treaters at your house?
I don't know if they came back.
Well, you were probably working, right?
Yeah.
You work. You work most evenings. So, Kevin Jackson sells camera stuff.
"Ooh,
So if you're ever looking for camera stuff, that's the man to go to there.
Charles,
No, don't
did
come
you
to
hear?
me. I'm going to charge you double and triple.
Drop the SinCityBounty name.
you know, Charles is a cinematographer."
Cali guy says, "Thanks for the new name, Des. The First Amendment approves."
Aw,
Aw.
good. You're welcome.
It's too funny.
That's hilarious.
Too funny. This has been a fun show.
I
Yeah.
love this show. I love it when we do this. Next week we have the Geek Lounge on.
Yay!
They're
The
coming
Geek
back.
Boys will be here.
I know. I love it.
We'll have to talk about your Justice League with them, or Injustice League.
I did show them as they were coming out of their show today. I'm like, come here! I dressed up as the fat Khaleesi. Come, let me show you my picture.
They loved it.
So I had to do that.
Also, you got to see them today after this
Yes,
show.
'cause
Yeah.
we were here
That's
early.
good.
So yeah.
So anyway,
So we were talking about how we have to have, whenever we need a political discussion, we have to have you on more often. Is there any way that you could sneak away from work for like a break and at least call in or something like that?
yeah, cool.
Yeah, you do that? Okay. All right.
2014 is a big political season for Southern Nevada, or for all of Nevada, actually.
Mhm.
So we're actually, this is the first year in many, many years where every single political seat in the state of Nevada is up for grabs. This
Are
year.
you,
Should be like
do you
that in the
know
whole
local
country, just
politics?
saying.
Yeah. Yeah, you do know your local politics.
I
Good.
guess I can
Good.
get involved in local politics if all the seats are.
Hey, well, I'm a big fan of the Veterans in Politics show. Just for the people that they have on the show, he gets all the judges on the show, and he talks to the sheriff, and he talks to all the local people. It's all about local politics. So if you need to get informed, you can go to Vegas on That Radio, click on Veterans in Politics, and just skim for whatever
Whatever I wanna hear
whoever's
about.
in your district or whatever, and go listen to some interviews. And he lets them talk for 20 minutes to half an hour, sometimes a whole hour, and you get to learn the candidates really well. So I'm a big fan of that.
I love campaign season with local politics. It's
Yeah.
just nasty and dirty, and
Talk about mudslinging.
Oh my God, they just go overboard.
You know, it's like, why? I don't understand how come people just can't win a political campaign off of their
Merits.
Why does you have to
That would
like
be too
talk
fair. That'd be
such
too
shit about
right.
somebody else to make yourself look better? Obviously, if you have to talk so much shit to put somebody else down, you're not that great yourself.
But it's fun too.
It is fun. I'm not gonna discount that, but it's still like really.
Cardio is not our values. Blah blah blah. I love it.
I am a big fan of any shit talking event, but
So thank you, Kevin, for coming in tonight.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
very much for
Thank
inviting
you.
me.
Look for Kevin Jackson. You can find him on Facebook. The link for him is on our Facebook page. We'll probably, I think we have something about you on our website as well for the last time you were on the show. And kjacklive.com is coming soon.
Yeah.
And the show name change is going to be KJack Live. So you're no longer associated with Fox News.
No. I'm changing everything 2014.
And then we can't wait for the new song, Promiscuous. We can't wait for that to
Can't
come
wait.
out because I know it's going to be fun. Desiree and Charles, thank you guys for coming in.
thank you for having us.
We got doggydoover.com, printing the number 4 pets.com, and maidsexposed.com. So sexy maids, printing on the cheap, but good, and help the pet out and pet owners out.
Our motto for the printingforpets.com is "You save money, we save lives."
Aww.
Aww.
Yeah, very cute.
And then we've got the Geek Lounge next week.
Yep.
And do we have anything else planned?
Nothing next week.
We've got
Halloween week is Rodney.
That's right.
Following
And then the
is
week,
Cock Block.
I know that next week we're probably going to announce plans for our
200th
200th episode.
We're gonna do a live show. We need a live studio audience, so get ready.
Right.
Are there gonna be snacks?
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
And an open bar.
Look, it's
No,
Not
cash
open.
bar.
Cash bar.
Oh,
Sorry about that.
Damn it.
Cash bar.
We are
There's
not
a big
paying.
difference.
I meant the bar would be open, but you got to pay for it.
Okay, this is Alexia.
Sweet cheeks.
And Sierra wishing you all a good night. And remember,
Fuck often. The Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City Radio Show is brought to you by VegasAllNetRadio.com, the final frontier of free speech. Get your own damn show. By BBW FanFest 2013, July 26th, 27th, and 28th in fabulous Las Vegas. Visit bbwfanfest.com. By Curve Media Inc. Look good in your photographs.
It's Tuesdays at 2 from